Hello and welcome to Patternist Prologue. My name is Hugh and I'll be your host for the next few minutes as we look at the patterns that intersect with our lives, pop culture, geopolitics, the patterns that are everywhere. What I'd like to talk about today is the Illuminati playing cards. I would bring them up so I can show you what it is on Amazon. Actually, we don't have to go to Amazon. I was going to Amazon, and even though I'm signed out, it keeps showing where I'm located, which I think is ridiculous. It should just completely log you out. So let's just look up Illuminati playing cards. And this game is from 94-95. Standalone card game made by Jackson Illuminated Trilogy. The game was ominous secret societies competing with each other to control the world through various means, illegal, legal, illegal, and including legal, illegal, and even mystical. It was designed as a tongue-in-cheek rather than serious take on conspiracy theories. It contained groups named similarly to real organizations such as Society for Creative Anachronism, etc. It can be played by up to 8 players. So it's a role-playing game. If you go onto Amazon, you'll see that it's, you can buy an unsealed pack for like $500. What's interesting about these cards is they're like tarot cards. They appear to portend the future before it happens. And once big events have happened, you can go look through these cards and you can find cards that, like for instance, Fukushima was in there, 9/11, etc. Before we get any farther, I just want to point out that I have dogs and kids in the background. We're real here. We keep it real. It's more like a real reality TV, slow TV type thing going on, because you're always going to have people in the background. No way to get around that. So let me jump to what I want to get to. So let's look up. This is why I'm bringing this up. I was talking to somebody about these cards, and I typed in Illuminati playing cards. And I was going through my results, and I saw this. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? And I was like, it's got to be a spoof site. I was like, what is this all about? This came up, and I recognized this format immediately. This is the website Cutting Edge Ministries. I think it's cuttingedge.org. Here they are talking about, Illuminati playing cards, and it's purportedly archived on the CIA website. I'm like, what is going on here? So I went to the root to find out if it was a legit site. Sure looks like it to me. Lo and behold. So I did a search for the cards to see if it would pop up. No, that was strange to me. I was like, what is going on here? How come you can find it through Google, but you can't find it through their own site? So I was doing a little more investigating here. And you'll notice this Abaddon compound. So I was like, what is that all about? So I won't go, initially I went and looked up what that was. It deals with Bin Laden. Apparently this is what this archive is about, Bin Laden. Apparently he had this on one of his machines or something like that. I don't know. I'm sure it's a bunch of hogwash. But what was interesting was, I was like, did anybody else point this out? And I thought I remembered hearing about it. I did see it on like a Reddit type site where they talked about it being a Bin Laden stuff. So this is where it gets weirder. So if you go to the, this URL portion and cut it off at Bataban compound, you'll get the full description of what it's about. And it digs into, CIA resolved the technical issues associated with the November 1st posting of the Bataban compound material, removing operating system and other copyrighted files, as well as files that potentially pose risks to users. CIA has converted all this yada yada yada. In a further effort to enhance public understandings of Al-Qaeda, the CIA on 1 November 17 released additional materials recovered in the 2nd of May 2011 raid on Osama bin Laden's compound in Abbottabad. So that's the Pakistan. That's the narrative they're going with. Okay, fine, whatever. Let's just set that all aside. So it gets even weirder. So what I want to point out here is the weirdness of the search. Okay. So notice on that first time I did it, I did not get it. So this second time I'm going to do it from the Abbottabad compound. I'm going to plug that in again. I'm going to do a search, and bam, you get Google results. And notice it's all CIA, 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 CIA. We got two sites here. Two pages. CIA, 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 CIA. Okay, so what I want to point out here is that apparently, could be wrong, but it looks like to me that the CIA is using Google search engine. No surprise, because of what's been, they've been working with Google before. But what I want to know is, recently, stuff has popped up in the news, i.e. DOD, Pentagon, and Google going separate ways, don't want to offend people, and I'll pull that up here in just a sec. But notice how it pops up once you're in this Abbottabad compound, and they're using Google search engine. Okay? So let's go back to start page, and we can, as a matter of fact, I already have this pulled up. I'm going to go to pattern is prologue, because what I'm pointing out here is, why is the CIA using Google search engine? Why are they indexing the CIA's webpage? That's what I want to know. Why? Could be wrong, could be totally fine. So here you go. I put in a petition, and I noticed a lot of this after the fact. I put this petition in because I want to know what the Google algorithm is doing to silence conservative and alternative viewpoints. So I've set up a petition at whitehouse.gov called Release the Algorithm, Google Inc., a taxpayer inception-funded a corporation. And if you don't know this, Google was funded at its inception with taxpayer money through grants and another place called In-Q-Tel. We're going to get to that in a sec here. So I'm going to just show you. Here's the link to the petition. You can go to patternisprologue.com, and then you can click on the, let's click on it, and it should go there. There's the petition. And I just set it up, so it's brand new. Actually, it's a few hours ago. Go lay down. There's my dog coming up to try and get me to pet him. Go lay down. Go. Otherwise, I'll get distracted by him, because he's pretty pushy when he wants to get pet. So, remember, we're talking about Google search engine. Okay? I'm going to point this out right now. In-Q-Tel. Okay? Notice it comes up with through the Google search engine. In-Q-Tel, a partnership between the CIA and the private sector. September 29th, the CIA was treated to something different in many ways, and it goes on. But this is R&D through this venue called the In-Q-Tel. Okay? Funding for CIA R&D. Okay? So now we're going to go back to pattern is prologue, and I want to point out Google's true origin partly lies in CIA and NSA research grants for mass surveillance. Jeff Nesbitt, 2017, former director of legislative and public affairs, National Science Foundation. You can go look that up for yourself. I will go here. There it is. Go read the article. And if you didn't catch it on InfoWars the other day, Gavin McInnes was in there sharing how he's going to fight the SPLC, and they got into a broader discussion on of how social media censorship of conservatives is continuing, and inclusive of their call for Trump to intervene on the mass censorship of conservatives. How the CIA made Google zero hedge. You can go look at this. Let's see. Insurge Intelligence, a new crowdfunded investigative journalism project, breaks the exclusive story of how the United States intelligence community funded, nurtured, incubated Google as a part of a drive to dominate the world through the control of information. Seed funded by the NSA and Google. Google is merely the first among a plethora of private sector startups co-opted by U.S. intelligence to retain information superiority. Okay, let's put this into perspective. So our taxpayer dollars fund these intelligence operations that take private sector seed money and build this corporation or corporations, and then that very organization is actually, through their algorithm, censoring and hiding alternative conservative perspectives in their search results. I want to see the algorithm. And I believe that it was first Paul Joseph Watson that brought this up about, let's see, where was it? I believe it was this video here. YouTube broke its own search engine to rig the algorithm for corporate media. So you can go listen to that. But I think it was first him that said, hey, Google, release the algorithm. So I'm calling on Congress, Trump, everyone, let's get on board. Let's force Google to release the taxpayer-funded algorithm, all algorithms that they've used in the past up to the present, because they need to be taken and deciphered and brought into, released into the public, because after all, it's our money that was taken by force to use, and it's being used against us. So I'm calling on Google, release the algorithm. And that's what I wanted to point out today. Again, Google's tagline used to be, don't be evil, clearly being evil. So let's go to the White House website and sign the petition. Let's get this in Trump's vision, in his view. Let's force this issue, talk about it with people. Let's recognize it, that it's our money that's being used against us. Not only is it morally wrong, it's illegal per federal law to discriminate against color or creed at all. Taxpayer monies were used to fund the inception of Google. We, the people, demand the release of all Google algorithms, past and present, used in curating, quote, curating information. Do a search on Alex Jones or some other controversial subject in Google and start page, do them both. More often than not, you'll get a vastly different research results that adversely hide conservative perspectives on said topic. In the spirit of letting the marketplace of ideas decide whose ideas are paramount and most relevant today, let's remember censorship is anathema to free speech. Google, release the algorithm. Okay, thank you for your time, and let's get this let's It's forced this issue. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.